Today, I'm staying at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, one of the most famous and luxurious hotels on the Strip. It opened back in 1966 and sits right in the center of all the action. The whole place has a Roman theme, so you'll see a lot of marble statues and Roman-style decor everywhere. The check-in area is big and really nice. It was not busy when I arrived, but the wait sometimes can be long. You can also use the mobile check-in kiosks to quickly print your room key, which is super convenient. The casino at Caesar's Palace is huge and always buzzing with energy. You'll find everything from slot machines and table games to a big sportsbook area. It has a classy vibe, but it's still fun and welcoming. Whether you're a serious player or just here to have some fun, there's something for everyone. There are a ton of restaurants, bars, and lounges here. Many of them are celebrity chef-owned. Some standouts include Nobu, a highly recommended Japanese spot. Amalfi is Bobby Flay's Mediterranean restaurant. Vanderpump Cocktail Garden is also here, and it looks absolutely stunning. You'll even find a Peter Luger steakhouse on the site. Basically, you'll never go hungry here. Even late at night, you can grab a bite at Cafe Americano, which is open 24 hours a day. Dominique and Zell also has a bakery here. The pastries not only look amazing, they taste incredible too. They even have a robot here that serves cookie and milk shots. And of course, there's the famous Bacchanal Buffet. It's one of the most expensive buffets in Vegas, but also one of the best. I've tried it myself, so stay tuned. That video is coming soon. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it. For more casual dining, Caesar's Palace has a celebrity food hall. Here you'll find Buddy V's Pizzeria, Bobby's Burgers, plus some Mexican and Korean spots. They also have Chicken Guy here, and right next to it is one of the most expensive Starbucks on the Strip. I decided to try Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill. I was really excited about this one because I loved the beef Wellington at Hell's Kitchen, and this version was supposed to be the same. This cute puppy chair joined me for my meal. I went with the 3-course prefix menu for $89. I chose the onion soup, the beef Wellington, and the sticky toffee pudding for dessert. Unfortunately, the onion soup was very salty. The bread inside was extremely soggy, almost completely dissolved. The only good part was the cheese. Next came the beef Wellington. Unfortunately, it was also really salty, tough to cut, and hard to chew. It ended up being more of an un-Wellington than a real Wellington. I really enjoyed the same dish at Hell's Kitchen, but this version just was not the same. The sticky toffee pudding was pretty good, but the texture was very different from what I had at Hell's Kitchen. So overall, my experience here wasn't great. I'd give this restaurant 2 stars. If you want to try a Gordon Ramsay spot in Vegas, I'd recommend skipping this one and heading to Hell's Kitchen instead. It's right outside Caesar's. Just make sure to book a reservation in advance. There are also plenty of bars and lounges around the hotel, and they are all beautiful. Everything here really feels high-end and luxurious. Now let's go check out the room. I stayed in the Julius Tower. This is a huge hotel with 6 towers and almost 4,000 rooms and suites. The hallways and elevators were clean, but you could still see the age of the hotel. I booked the cheapest room I could find. It was $85, and after resort fees and taxes, I ended up paying $158. And this is the Julius King Room. The room looked clean to me, and it also smelled nice. Bed was comfortable. There are no buttons to control the lights or the drapes in the room. But to be honest, it didn't feel like a luxury 5-star hotel room. It reminded me more of Caesar's mid-range sister properties on the Strip. Keep Keep in mind that this is the cheapest room here and there are nicer rooms in this hotel. There is a phone charger with extra outlets. You'll find this in most Caesars properties these days. The TV is a 55-inch. They provide a bar tray with super expensive snacks and drinks, plus an ice bucket and 2 glasses. There's also a coffee maker, but the coffee, well, that you'll have to buy from the tray. This cable situation is a little weird. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel for more. The minibar is fully stocked, but a few items were missing in mine. There is no room for your own stuff in the fridge, but if you want to make yourself a very expensive cocktail, you can. Some drawers over here for your items. By the entrance, there's a full-length mirror, and across from that, you'll find the closet with the usual items, hangers, an ironing board, a safe, and a luggage rack. The bathroom is pretty modern and nice. They stocked the bathroom with mini bath products, lots of towels, tissue paper, and under the sink there's extra toilet paper, a hairdryer, and some extra towels. They don't provide robes and slippers like other luxury hotels do. The shower is nice, big, and clean, and I like that it has a handheld shower head. I checked the bathroom under blacklight. Everything looked pretty clean. Even the wall behind the toilet was clean. The sink in the shower also looked spotless. In the room, the sheets were clean with no stains. Pillows, mattress protector, and the mattress itself were all spotless. No bed bugs, and nightstands were clean as well. The only things that weren't clean were the couch and the chair. Both had visible stains and definitely looked worn out. There were also some stains on the walls in the room. You'll notice a lot of wear and tear in both the bathroom and the room itself. The age of the hotel definitely shows. As for the view, it wasn't great. So if a good view is important to you, make sure to ask for it at check-in or book a room that guarantees that. The pool complex at Caesars Palace is huge and absolutely beautiful. It's called the Garden of the Gods Pool Oasis, and it continues the Roman theme of the hotel. There are 7 different pools in this complex. You can rent day beds and cabanas if you want to. Keep in mind that the pools are not open during the winter in this hotel. This pool here is adults only, and there are plenty of bars around if you're looking for a drink. I grabbed a $40 Dole Whip. It was good, but definitely not worth 40 bucks. Caesars also has a really nice fitness center. It's got lots of cardio machines and weights, and the bikes are Peloton bikes. Overall, it's a great gym, everything you need to stay on track during your Vegas trip. There's also a spa, and yes, you can even get Botox and fillers here if that's something you're into. The Forum Shops is a part of Caesars Palace, and it's gorgeous. You'll find pretty much every luxury brand you can think of here. So if you're in a mood to treat yourself to a Louis Vuitton bag, you're covered. Of course, there are even more restaurants and coffee shops here. Cafe Lola is a super cute coffee shop worth checking out. And the newest spot that just opened is Zaytinya, and this is a Mediterranean restaurant. You can also catch the free Atlantis show inside the Forum Shops, which is fun and great for families. This is an animatronic show that unfolds the mystical tale of the lost city of Atlantis. You can catch it Thursdays through Mondays, every hour starting at noon. At the Coliseum, big names are performing. Right now, you've got Rod Stewart, and later this year, Alanis Morissette and Kelly Clarkson. And if you're into something a little more daring, there's an adult circus-style show called Absent, which is wild and very Vegas. If nightlife is your thing, Omnia Nightclub is also right here at Caesars. So, should you stay at Caesars Palace next time you come to Vegas? Let's give it a score. I'm gonna base it on 5 categories. The max score is going to be 5 stars. Let's start with location. Caesar's Palace is located in the middle of the strip, so location-wise, it's perfect. 5 out of 5 stars. Next category is amenities and food options. There's a lot to do in this hotel. The pool complex is amazing, great gym. They also have a spa, lots of shopping options at the Forum shops, a ton of great restaurants and bars. Casino is very large, lots of entertainment options, and a nightclub. Plus the new Omnia Day Club is coming soon as well. So I'm gonna give this category 4 stars, only because the food options here are pretty expensive. As for room quality, the specific room that I had was definitely not a 5-star hotel room. It felt outdated and it was pretty worn out. So for this category, I give it 3 stars. For cleanliness, I'd give this room 4 stars since everything was clean other than the couch and the chair. The last category is value. I paid $158 for a room at a luxury hotel. The price is not bad at all, but the room was not luxurious. And usually the price is way higher than what I paid. So based on this specific room type, I give it 3 stars. So the overall score is 3.8 stars. I'm gonna be nice and round it up to 4. So what do you guys think? Have you stayed in this hotel? What was your experience like? If not, would you like to stay here? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe to the channel for more Vegas content, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!